Hello and welcome, my non-Spanish speaking friend. Last year we talked about a system that allowed you to deploy more units with less equipment. That was very useful for Poland, but with the latest DLC, Germany is stronger, so I'm going to explain you how to improve that version a little bit more. And as you can see, I'm training a ton of units. They are veterans and they are fully equipped and more than enough to defeat Germany and the Soviet Union. Okay, please let me explain you the old system and then we are going to upgrade this. In the old system, you have, for example, your standard defensive divisions like this one, and you never train those units in this screen like I'm doing right now. You never train them down here. You're going to be using a training template instead. For example, this is my training template, and then once you deploy this template, you are going to convert that template to the level 2 training template. This is, for example, my level 2 training template. The only difference is that you have a maintenance company there. For example, let's say that you deploy this unit and now you convert them to the training template. They lose very little XP because they are quite similar, and you train this. You press shift, click here. Using this template, you are going to be losing just 1% of the rifles. If you don't have the maintenance company, you are going to be losing 5%. So you take this to level 3. Remember, this is the old system. Once they are level 3, you convert this to the division template that they have the artillery pieces. You're going to be losing little XP because you have only some extra battalions that are the artillery pieces, and you train this again to level 3. But all of this takes time and you don't have time as Poland. So how to improve this? For example, I have 80 divisions that I converted to level 3. I trained to level 3 using the maintenance company and cheap infantry equipment, but I did not have the artillery pieces, so I was able to train this earlier because you have the infantry equipment that is cheap very early, but you don't have the expensive anti-tank and all the expensive stuff. You just now have the expensive stuff. So you have all this division here, and we are going to convert the template live. This is the template. As you can see, now we have the new template, same manpower. I change the icon and we are going to save this. And if you check the units, you're going to see that they have the very same XP. You can unpause, do whatever you want, and you're not going to be losing a single unit on equipment, a single equipment on training, because they are already at level 3. And if you don't have enough equipment for all the unit, it doesn't matter. Try to be as precise as possible, because the units have all the manpower trained. So even if they don't have the equipment, you can check here. What is important is that the manpower is full, 11k from 11k, and they are fully trained. So you can send the equipment whenever you want. They are not going to be losing any XP. And why this is super important? Because if you check here, the reliability is 80% of these artillery pieces. So if you are going to plan to train units using these pieces on the field, you're going to be losing a lot of this equipment, a lot of this equipment, and you're going to be about to fill maybe 10% less divisions. So instead of having 100, you're going to be having less than 80. And believe me, you need those extra 20 divisions. And there is another huge bonus if you use this. Before the war, you need to entrench. If you are training, you cannot entrench, and you have 0 organization, so you are quite weak for the war. And the last month is the month when you produce more units, because you have the full inertia of the efficiency, you have the 39 technologies, and you are pumping out lots of equipment. So it's not a good idea to train the last month. But if you use this strategy, you're going to keep the entrenchment, Take a look, they have 100% entrenchment, they keep the XP, and they keep the 100% organization. They are just receiving the equipment that you are producing on the last month. This way, you're going to be getting 1 extra month of full equipment for the units without losing the organization nor the entrenchment bonus. For this to work, you need to calculate the exact number with your production lines. For example, I have a little surplus of anti-air, a little deficit of anti-tank, a little surplus of artillery pieces, and now I have a big surplus of infantry equipment. This is the cheap product that I use to train the units, so I now have room to train even more, but the stronger units are already in place. Okay, let me explain you a little bit more, because I simplified the idea to make things simpler. But let's say that this is your template. What you need to do is to duplicate this. We are going to change the icon and we are going to save this. And then the units on the field, we are going to convert those to this template. And since the template is identical, they are going to keep the same XP. And this way we keep the units that are on the training line as before with the same icon here. And now that we have all of the units with this template, we change this template. This will allow you to keep the old templates running, and you can make multiple variations according to your specific equipment. I simplify in the previous explanation to make things simpler, but you can do this and use the exact amount of unit types and equipment that you need for your templates. That's all. Hope it's not too complex. And if you have any question or ideas, please leave them down below. It helps also the channel, your like, comment, and positive comment, and subscribe. That's all. Thanks for watching. See you.